Welcome back to the Washington Nationals franchise. We are at draft day. We are about to add some really good players to this team, I hope. Got our fingers crossed. We got some guys scouted up, and looking forward to this first draft, try and get some fresh blood into the organization, higher potential, higher overalls. And we did find this generational first baseman, great hit skills, huge power. Defense is okay, doesn't have a great arm, but he's a first baseman. Yeah, this guy is a definite generational player. Now, the only question is he going to fall all the way to 11? He's draft rank 12 by the MLB, draft rank 1 by us, so have to cross our fingers. If he doesn't go, there's also Ray Velasco. He's 22 years old. He's the number 1 player on their board. Got a lot of 99s, but even if you take 10 or 15 off, I would take that. That is still a good player. So if he happens to fall, great. We also have another catcher, 22-year-old, great power, really good arm, good defense, and I would take that. Even though we have Ford and Ruiz, we can always make another trade if we need to. And then we get into other guys here that I'm mostly interested in. Rick Fader, he's our backup plan at first base, guaranteed B up to an A. Only problem with him, he's probably going to be the high 50s, low 60s, so much lower starting point than Almanzar would be. And he can play first, third, and right field. Really good hit skills, really good defense, good arm, so he definitely can play third base, right field. Does not have as much power, and he has almost no speed at all. So, he's not going to be a 0 speed, so he's probably going to come in closer to that present number, which means he's probably going to come in closer to that 95-65 area. So, cross our fingers. Hope that's the case. We have Jeff Ellman. This guy is almost guaranteed to be a B in the 70s at 22 years old. And has good stamina, good control, good strikeouts against right-handed pitchers, 4-pitch mix. Targeting him for number 2, maybe 3, but it'd probably have to be our second-round pick. Todd Kruger, if he happens to fall, he's got more power, but not as much contact as the other guys. Wooley's injured, and not interested in him. Tyson, guaranteed B up to an A, probably in the 50s, though, at 18 years old. And the only really standout thing about him is his stamina. And another outfielder, Tom McVeigh, guaranteed B, maybe even an A, at least in the 60s, somewhere in the middle of the 60s. He's 21 years old, can play all 3 outfield spots, and he has really good contact, really good defense, doesn't have power, doesn't have a great arm, great speed though, really good discipline and vision, definite leadoff type guy. And we got another pitcher here, Ford Lesher, and he has great stamina, great control, only 3-pitch mix though, so that kind of takes him out. Prince Wileman, he's another guy we could target in the second or third round, guaranteed B, maybe even a low A, but in the 60s, 21-year-old lefty with great stamina. Got Sam Gomez, who's he was actually listed at the top of the pitchers, but he dropped to 12 on our list, but he's still a guaranteed B, 21 years old, 60 overall, excellent stamina, great hits per 9 against both sides, has 5 pitches. So he happens to fall to our pick, that might be an option, or we can just stay with the hitter. Caraballo, another starting pitcher, great stamina. Ryland McGinnis, 86-14, so it's somebody we could easily target in the second round, maybe third, but probably just the second round. Looks like he's a B in the 60s at 18 years old. Great control, great stamina. Merced, just got some 99s over there on the right, so we got to knock that down, 10 across the board. Didn't get him scouted up. I can't scout everybody. He had too many 18-year-old right fielders, so we didn't have enough weeks to scout all these guys. They had 99s on there. I was automatically knocking him out. Felix Sanchez, another one, 76 draft rank. We have him 17. If he could fall to the second round, I would definitely take him. B potential, maybe even an A. He's going to be in the 50s, maybe low 60s. Can play all 3 outfield and first base. Great contact and speed. Just doesn't have much power or defense. He's one of those guys we can put in the leadoff spot at DH, put him at first base. So we have some options here, and I'm going to show you. We have some. I scouted a guy towards the end who had that 65 to 99 potential. Henry Crespo, he's probably going to come in the high 30s, low 40s. So that would be something that we had to take in the very last round. Looks like he's going to be a guaranteed B, maybe possibly an A, but once you scout these guys up and they fall that far, it's just kind of like, okay. We do have Peralta, 99 to 91 gap there, and great power and all that good stuff. Usually when they're that tight, they'll come in on the lower end, but if we have to take him later, won't be disappointed. Shortstop, we got this guy, Darius Rossi. He's mostly speed and defense. There was another guy. Where'd he go? Robbie Spindler, 66 to 99. Usually it's 65.99. And big difference there, 27 to 60. Not going to have 0 power. Not going to have 8 arm accuracy. So he's probably going to come in on the higher side of that. That's another guy we could take a shot in the dark at the end. Same thing with Pete Medwick, although his upper limit there at 81, and he's only 23 years old already. That's not good. Some of these guys, that are not rated, they no longer show up on your board, so they disappear. Anyway, that's our list there. I'll show you the order. So Almanzar, Fader, those two guys are the big first base guys that look absolutely awesome. We also have McVeigh and Sanchez. Velasco, just if he happens to drop. Same thing with Bellamy. Kruger, I don't expect to get to us. So it's really going to be between these 4 guys when it gets to our pick. Obviously, Almanzar is the one we want. But Fader, we have to decide we're going to develop that power later and have great defense and contact at first. We want to go McVeigh, who's got everything really good except for his speed. Except for his arm and his power. And he could almost play immediately in the majors if he comes in on the higher end. And Felix Sanchez is more of a project there. Great contact, great speed. Just need to work on his defense and his power. So we have some options at the top. Got a couple of non-listed guys here for second and third round, and some other options through here. So I have my list together and have them grouped by hopefully what round they're going to go in. So we'll see how that goes. Once you start the draft, you never know. So anyway, let's hop into this draft, get started, get our first group of rookies onto the team, and see if we can improve these pitiful Washington Nationals. All right, first up is going to be the White Sox, then Tampa Bay, and then Minnesota. So with the first pick, Sam Gomez, the pitcher, goes. So number one pitcher on their list goes number 1 overall. So they're going to get a guaranteed B potential pitcher in the 60s. Good choice there as they go to another pitcher, stocking up pitching. Davis Bellamy, the catcher, goes to Tampa Bay. That's good. They need a catcher in their organization, so good for them to actually take care of that right away. And a third pick. Twins take Todd Kruger. I didn't think he would hang around, so there we go. Kruger's gone. Now we wait and see. Will Almanzar fall to us? Or if we're going to make a choice at a different position, cross your fingers, hope for the best. And San Francisco takes him. All right, so we're not going to get the generational prospect. He's going to go to San Francisco. So now we got to look elsewhere on the list. Now we have to decide Fader, McVeigh, Sanchez, Gauthier, the center fielder, goes. Didn't like with those 99s over there on the right. And number 6, Kansas City takes Velasco. So they take the older number 1 overall guy. So there we go. They're taking a safe pick. Now the Orioles take Mitchell Bundy, overrated pitcher. The A's, Manuel Caraballo. All right, so like the stamina on the clutch and the control. Braves, Denny McGraw. Don't know much about him. Pretty solid across, except those 99s will knock everything down. And now the Rockies, who are they going to take? They take Robert Machado. Okay, so now we have our choice. Do we want Rick Fader? Do we want Tom McVeigh? Felix Sanchez, so he's the project. McVeigh would be more of a ready to play sooner. Fader, longer term guy. He's always going to have great defense. We can play him in right field. We can play him at third base. We have to decide between these two. Do we want the 18-year-old? Do we want the 21-year-old? Or you want the project with the 19-year-old? He's 5'8". McVeigh is 6'3". Throws left, bats left, and Fader bats left, throws right. He's 6'3". So it's probably between these two guys. I'm not with these. Well, we could take Chris Tyson too. He's a big boy, 18 years old. I think I need a hitter. We need bats. We can get plenty of pitching. So I wasn't targeting one in the first round. I want to try and find. We had so many hitters in this draft. So do we take Fader? We know he's going to hit and play defense. Just doesn't have a ton of pop and no speed. McVeigh, who has everything but arm strength and power. He's already got the speed, and we could just keep him training on power if we want to boost that. So, and he's got great durability. His is lower. I think I'm going to take Tom McVeigh instead and take somebody that's more MLB ready sooner. And I'm already thinking about shipping out Dylan Cruz at some point. Might have to get rid of Dalen Lyle if he's going to top out. So let's stop with the suspense and take Tom McVeigh with our first pick. There we go. Welcome to DC. Robert Fabregas goes to the Angels to get a third baseman that we didn't scout up. Not a good hit skill there. Cardinals. Ford Lesher, so they go after the pitcher. Good control and stamina. Good for them. Another lefty. Sanchez is there in the second round. I will take him. There goes Fader to Arizona. So we'll have to check out his ratings when we're done. See what his final stats are. See if we made a mistake or if we got the right guy. Here goes Chris Tyson, guaranteed B to an A pitcher. But he's not going to be high overall. Another reason why I didn't take him. Had him on my list. I like him, but... And there goes Felix Sanchez at 26 to the Mets. All right, it is our pick in round 2 at number 42. Still have Jeff Ullman. We have Jason Hooley, who's injured. On him, Wileman. McGinnis. And his clutch is terrible, though. Ullman's got a better clutch. Wileman's got it slightly below. Go scouted. Garcia. Let's go look at positions. Second base. Wolf, that's Peter. No hit skills. All right, so it's going to be a pitcher. And anybody else down here? Guaranteed B in the 60s. Really good stamina, good control. All right, so this guy is almost a guaranteed A in the 70s, and I'm not going to mess around. We're not going to pass that up in our first year. So Jeff Ullman, welcome to Washington. And there goes Rylan McGinnis. So we had to either take him at 42 or not get him at all. And there goes Prince Wileman to the Cardinals, so we're not going to get him in the next round. And Rodriguez went at 69 to Miami. All right, it is our pick again in round 3 at 81. And got a bunch of pitchers at the top of our list. And Blake Odom doesn't have the greatest stamina. Probably going to be more of a reliever. We got Joel Ortiz, guaranteed A, probably in the low 60s. Great stamina, great strikeouts against lefties. Clem, not sure, don't have enough on him. Chavez, same thing. Great durability. Great stamina. And Lopez. Yeah, I think it's fairly easy to make this pick this round. We're going to go with the guy that's guaranteed to be an A, Joel Ortiz. Welcome to the Nationals. And it's our pick in round 4. And we still have Blake Odom. Still looks like a relief pitcher. Chavez. Long project there. Lopez. Got better hits per 9. Cameron. And I think I'm going to take a swing here on this first baseman. Didn't have him scouted very much, but I want to get another hitter. And at this point, we're just going to take a swing and a miss or a swing and a hit. And Anthony Tulibitz, our new first base prospect, hope he comes in on the higher side. And it's our pick in round 5 at 141. Still have a bunch of pitchers on the list. And I think we're going to stay at pitcher. Been looking at this. I believe Odom, yes, he may come in with a lower stamina, end up going to the pen, but I like that, having high strikeouts against lefties. He could be a lefty specialist out of the pen, and he also has a changeup and a sinker, so he can get some ground ball outs as well. Doesn't have the highest clutch, but we'll just draft him. He's 18, put him in minors, and get him scouted up. So we're going to take Blake Odom in the 5th round. And it's our pick in round 6. And I found this guy right here, 65 to 99 on the potential, 17 to 51. He's got 3 on arm accuracy, 6 on discipline. He's not going to come in on that. He's not going to have 9 contacts, so he's probably going to come in on the higher end. So he's an option. Still have Joel Chavez. got great stamina, and that's about it. And Broadway, another reliever, but probably not going to come in on the highest end of that. It only has 3 pitches, no changeup, 2 seamers his best pitch. Cameron, and man, look at that. He's not going to have 2 strikeouts versus lefties, but anyway, really struggling with this pick. And Cameron, I think I'm going to take Ronnie Cameron with the last pick of our draft. And that's it for the draft. It's like Saul Weston went number 181 to Arizona, so I'll take a look at him and see if he was one of those guys that ends up being a high potential, low overall guy. And had Crespo on our list, and I just didn't want somebody in the 40s coming in, even though he's 18 years old. I don't want a 40 overall player, so we will get these guys signed and get on with the rest of the season. And we get our first blockbuster trade of the season. Orioles trading off Taylor Ward, Dean Kramer, and Keegan Aiken to the Braves for Sean Murphy, Cade Caminetti, and Didier Fuentes. So 3 for 3. Still not what we were looking for. We were looking for 4 for 1s and 3 for 1s, not 3 for 3, guys. And I'm not going to show the All-Star game, but Luis Garcia was our lone All-Star representative, hitting .296 with 6 home runs, 28 ribs, 11 steals. And in the Futures game, no pitchers, and our only hitter was Gavin Feen. No Eli Willits. Gavin Feen is the only one. Interesting. And I just got this trade offer. I put some guys on the trade block just to see what happens, and this was an offer at Kansas City. You wanted to send us Ben Caderna and Frank Mazzucato. Caderna is a 65 overall C potential. Mazzucato is a 66 overall C potential. And they want us to trade Dylan Cruz, Miles Michaelis, and Jake Irvin. Yeah, I don't think so. No, that's worse than offers I would offer them. And I went out on the trade block and found some young players I would be interested in acquiring. Jonathan Long from the Cubs is a first baseman. Ray Morgan, remember him from my Rays last year, first base outfield. Marcelo Meyer, he can play third and second and probably even shortstop. Yep. And Michael Arroyo, top second, short third base prospect for the Mariners. And I put some guys on the trade block. Trevor Williams, Clayton Beeter, Dylan Cruz, Miles Michaelis, Jake Irvin, Josiah Gray, Joey Weimer. Cruz, mostly just to see what I could get for him. But yeah, I don't want to trade 3 of these guys in one trade. They want to be 1-for-1 trades as much at all possible. The Cubs are looking to add to their bullpen. They need relievers and closers as well as starting pitchers. And we need somebody at first base that has some potential and some youth. So I'm going to offer them Clayton Beeter, who's not having a great season. Got decent ratings, but not a good season. And we're going to try to get Jonathan Long. See his ratings right there. Great defense, good power. Vision's a little bit low, discipline's low, but somebody we can work with and help build up his hitting stats down in the minor leagues. So we're going to make this offer and see what they say. All right, it is time to sign our draft picks. Ullman already at 91%. And he accepts right away. McVeigh, first round pick. Declines for now. Odom. Declines. Ortiz. Declines. Kulbitz. He declines. Cameron, gonna take. He takes. All right, so we'll leave him on the board. Let's throw McVeigh on there as well. We want to flip these two. And, we'll try again. And the Cubs rejected our offer of Clayton Beeter for Jonathan Long. And I love that it gives us nothing. They're just saying it doesn't. That we're considering alternatives, and yeah, they're not going to take it. I wish they had the bar to tell me if it was close or not. This new system is horrendous. All right, one more time. McVeigh signs. There we go. Got him. A little bit signs. Odom signs. Ortiz signs. All right, so everybody is signed, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And we're going to hop into some gameplay right now since we got through the All-Star break and the draft and everything. Got our players signed. We are in Colorado for a 3-game series. Just lost the first game 4-3. Game 2, Miles Michaelis against Tomoyuki Sagano, and we're going to watch James Wood bat. We'll quick manage everything else and hop in for all of his at-bats. And then maybe a little bit later in the season, August somewhere, we'll hop in. We'll watch C.J. Abrams and watch Dylan Cruz. Here we are, Coors Field. I've been to that stadium before. Beautiful stadium. I used to live in Denver. And this is the battle for last place in the National League. Michaelis has been dominant, really? There's Miles with the great mustache. See his stats. How's he been dominating? He's 4-12 on the season. Sorry, 4-10 on the season. Oh, he's dominating his last 2 starts. Okay. If that's dominant, okay. And as I said, Sagano on the mound for the Rockies. Only 58 strikeouts, 104 innings. Definitely not a strikeout pitcher. All right, top of the first. Lyle grounds out, and it's time to watch James Wood. I might hop into some of his at-bats in this game, too. It might not be completely CPU batting as he takes that first pitch up high. To a slow start, Wood's turning it on. See, Wood's up to 26 doubles now. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses. Also see he's up to 301. That's good, because remember, he was hitting under 200. So 2-1 count. Here's the pitch to Wood. It's going to be a ground ball third base. Grab there, throw across the diamond, and there are 2 down. All right, back to quick manage. Garcia hits a solo shot. There you go. Our all-star comes out of the break, hits a home run. Cruz walks. Now let's try and steal. There we go. Ruiz. Ground out. Go to the bottom half. Fly out. A single. A fly out. Fly out. Off to the second. CJ flies out. Chaparro flies out. Young grounds out. Bottom half. Tovar flies out. Fly out. Ground out. Tanya grounds out. Lyle doubles. So now we get a man scoring position, 1 out for James Wood. And I'm going to bat this time. All right, let's see if we can get this run driven in. Give us a 2-0 lead. There's pitch. And that's a long fly ball to left, and that didn't take very long. 2-run shot to the left field bleachers, and we are now up 3-0. There we go. Wave bye-bye. Yeah, I forgot. Bob Carpenter is the play-by-play guy for the Nationals. Used to be here in St. Louis. He used to say, "See you later." All right. See this replay. This guy does not throw hard enough. And James said, "Thank you very much. We'll just deposit that into left field and increase this lead." All right, back to the sim. Garcia grounds out. Cruz flies out. Bottom half. Ground out. Fly out. Strike out. Top of the fourth. Error. Abrams singles. 2 on, nobody out. Chaparro doubles in 2 more. It's 5-0. New pitcher. Single by Young makes it 6-0. A walk. 2 on and nobody out. Lyle flies out. So Wood is back up. 2 on, nobody out. I'm going to take some more hacks. Let's try and blow this game even more wide open. And late on that pitch. All right, what does he have? Fastball slider, fastball sweeper. All right. No changeup. And we got under it. Pop it out to short. That's going to be the 3rd out. That's too bad. I got jammed. Well, I'm sorry, 2nd out. They already counted it as an out because it was infield fly. All right, back to the sim. Garcia strikes out. Go to the bottom half. Ground out. Fly out. Ground out to the 5th. Cruz strikes out. Ruiz flies out. New pitcher. Single by Abrams. Caught stealing. Tovar flies out. Ground out. Fly out to the 6th. Chaparro grounds out. Young strikes out. Tanya walks. Lyle walks. So Wood is back up again. 2 on, 2 out. And this time we'll watch him bat. And they're going to the pen first. Okay. And they're going to bring in Chase Dolander out of the pen. 6 ERA. Okay. Maybe I changed my mind and we'll bat. See if we can drive a pitch. Chase loves to give up home runs. One's high. 1 for 6 in the series with home run and 3 RBIs, and I did the 1 hit just now. Great sunset back there. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's another home run. There we go. Into the bullpen. 9-0 Nationals. Maybe I just need to bat more for these guys instead of relying on the sim. There we go. Bat twice, or bat 3 times, get a pop out and 2 home runs, and he's having a huge game. This one was on the inner half. As soon as I saw Dollander coming in, I had to hop in and bat. And just so you guys see my settings, legend pitching, Hall of Fame hitting. All right, Garcia, singles. Cruz, grounds out. We go to the bottom of the inning. Fly out, strikeout, strikeout to the 7th. Strikeout, fly out, a fly out to the bottom half. Michael is staying in there. He's got a one-hitter. Ground out, a line out, a fly out to the 8th. Ground out, fly out, bottom of the 8th. Tovar, solo shot, makes it 9-1. Walk, strikeout, single, fly out, one more batter, single. All right, we'll get him out of here before we wreck his game. And we'll go to, let's go to Beeks. Gives up a double. It's 9-4. Strikeout gets him out of the inning. And we're just going to sim this at bat with Wood. Pops out. Garcia walks. Cruz strikes out. Ruiz singles. Abrams flies out. Bottom of the inning. Going back to the pen. And let's bring in Beater and see if we can get his ERA down. Ground out. Strikeout. Walk. And fly out. There we go. We went 9-4. So, yeah, it is fun to bat with James Wood as he had a great game. Michaelis, it's his 5th win of the season. We tie up the series. Go to the box score. Lyle, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runs scored. Wood, 2 for 5, 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Garcia, 2 hits, including a home run, 2 hits for Abrams. Chaparro with a double. Lyle with a double. Cruz with a steal. Michaelis, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Beeks gives up a hit in his 3rd of an inning. Beater just gives up a walk and a strikeout. And yeah, we get a big dub against the Rockies. And James Wood is up to 303 with a 391 on base and a 563 slug after that very slow start. Got 26 doubles, 21 homers, driven in 61, 51 walks, 11 steals. So that's more in line with what we expected out of Wood. And now we've reached the trade deadline. I'm just going to hit triangle and see if any offers come to us before it advances. And no, it does not. So lost that game. And we've only won 2 other games since that 2 home run game we just had with Wood. Let's sim this game against Atlanta and take a look at our draft prospect ratings. All right, there we go. Wow. Looks like we had 1 swing and a miss on that first baseman that we discovered. But Tom McVeigh, 67 overall, 93 potential, great contact. Got to work on his arm and his power. Great defense, a lot of speed, really good discipline and vision. That's going to help us. And clutch is a little bit low, but like I said, this is a leadoff type hitter. Ullman, 91 potential, 71 overall. Wow, he's already up to a 71. And yeah, durability's high. Stamina, his clutch is a little bit low, but actually his clutch is right in line with his contact against righties and lefties. Strikes out righties really well. Has great control. This guy should sim really well. 22 years old, so he probably only need maybe a year down in AAA and he'll be up. Joel Ortiz, 95 potential, 61 overall. This is the guy that was, wow, he came in on the higher end of stamina. I was afraid this guy was going to be a reliever and he was just going to come in and strike out lefties like crazy, but he's got decent control. Got to work on his per nines, of course. His clutch is actually higher than his hits per nine, but great stamina. So now we actually have a lefty starting pitcher that we can develop up. And he came in on the higher side. I'm actually kind of shocked that he came in on the higher side because of that stamina. A little bit, 72 overall, 64 potential. He's got a power bat and not much else. That was just a swing and a miss. I know he was a discovered player. Blake Odom, 83 overall, 55 potential. So we got to be... This is the guy. So I'm had the 2 lefties flipped. So Odom is the guy that's probably going to the pen to be a lefty specialist. And he'll probably have to stay in the minor leagues. How old is he? 18? Yeah, he's going to need to stay in the minors for 3 or 4 years before we get him up at the 55 overall. And Ronnie Cameron got our last pick, a 93 potential on the last pick, 53 overall, really good stamina, and we just got to work on his per nines, basically. All right, I'll take that. So we have 1 swing and a miss here. We have 4 A's, a B, and a C. And this guy at 21 years old, 67 overall, he'll probably go to AAA next year, and we can figure out where to play him next year, the year after that, and let him get his overall up into the 70s, try and work on his power and his throwing. Ullman, like I said, he's only going to need maybe 1 year in the minors, and he'll be up. Ortiz at 18. He's probably at 61 overall. He's probably going to need 2 or 3 years, and then he'll be good to go. All right, let's check out the other ones. And they had a lot of C's there. Wow, their whole draft was C. Look at all these C's, man. As I was going through, it was very top heavy, especially with especially with right fielders and hitters in the first round. And after that, there was just nothing. We really didn't discover a ton of really good hitters. The catcher. Lesher was a pitcher I was interested in with a good control and stamina. 86-64. An 86-55 right fielder. Just all speed and arm. Wileman, I was interested in him. 87 potential, 64 overall. Per nines were low, but he had great control and stamina. I definitely would have taken him in the 3rd round if he was still there. Bader, all right, this is the first baseman that we didn't take. 92 potential, 62 overall. And he has almost no speed. His power's down. I think I'm happier with the guy we took. It'll give us a true leadoff guy, and we can look for a power bat either in trade or free agency or in the draft next year. Keep forgetting this is not draft only, so I can make trades. Not used to that. Robert Machado, 87 potential, 61 overall. Good bat, not much else. A 93 potential, 57 overall pitcher. Got to work on everything but stamina. Look at all these C's. There's nothing in this draft. 88 potential, 62 overall. Good control, low stamina. He's really a lefty reliever. B catcher. Almanzar, there we go. 99 potential, 80 overall. This was the generational guy. Doesn't have an arm, doesn't have speed, but he has everything else. Been great to have him right off the rip and give us a good power bat in the middle of the lineup behind Wood, but San Francisco, their scouts found him as well. They got a B potential, 67 pitcher, and they drafted another A outfielder with 55 overall. Another power bat. You got to teach him how to hit the ball, though. He's got great power and speed and nothing else. Look at all of these C potential guys. This is terrible. C and D. Dye, 86, 63. Good fielding, good power, good speed, not much contact. 94 potential reliever at the end. A B potential starter, A potential starter. A B closer. There's nothing in this draft. It's very top heavy. Sam Gomez, 87 potential, 64 overall. Great hits per 9, not great clutch. Another A potential outfielder, can't play defense. Vargas, didn't scout him. See why, just speed and arm. Dell, 83-66, great control and stamina. Just got to work on his per 9s. Look at all the yellow on these boards. It's terrible. Kruger, I knew he wasn't going to get to us. Great defense, speed, and power. Just can't hit the ball. So no discipline, no vision, no clutch, no contact. Yeah, he's going to be a project. Zymer I was interested in. Strikes out the world. And a good draft. All these B potentials. Fabregas, didn't scout him. Great power and defense. No arm, though. Really a first baseman. McGinnis, I definitely wanted him. I saw that control and stamina, but they snagged him. Wouldn't let him go another round. I didn't want to lose that guaranteed A potential non-rated player that we found. Caraballo, 66-84. That's a good player right there. Rojo, A potential closer at 68. Not bad. Good clutch. Womack, A potential 60 overall, but his per 9, everything's low, but his stamina. Got a B potential catcher, A potential shortstop. That was a discovery guy. We found him the last week and didn't get a chance to scout him up, so lost there. Tyson, I liked Tyson. Really good home runs per 9 clutch, controls in a good spot. Just need to work on his per 9s. Just wasn't going to give up a hitter for that. Scott Clark and A. Man, they got some good pitchers here. There's a good reliever. His clutch is very low, though. Look at that. That's terrible. 93-61 center fielder. Great speed and defense. Scout him. Looked at Rodriguez. Had to work on his per 9s. If he'd lasted one more round, I would have taken him. Felix Sanchez. He was the younger outfielder. Went with the guy that had better stats across the board. He's a great hitter. Doesn't have any power, no arm, no defense. Yeah, he was very raw. Phillies get a High B potential center fielder is all speed. B potential center fielder down here, that's speed and defense. Yeah, I think we had a really good draft. So there we go. I think we had a very good draft with 4 A potentials, a B and a C that we swung and missed on. I love that. Hopefully we can get some more hitters in next year. And since we weren't able to make any trades at the deadline, I wanted to go through and see what the rest of the league trading looked like at the deadline, especially since we have this new trading system that no one really is a fan of. So let's scroll through and see. Angels got Ramon Urias from the Cardinals for Denzer Guzman. I'm not sure why the Cardinals would trade for Guzman when they already have Mason Wynn and Weatherholt can play second and short. That's kind of a head scratcher. Giants get Zach Gallen and Ryan Thompson for Rainer Arias and Casey Schmidt. Okay. See there, I'm picking up a pitcher. Okay. Pirates get Anthony Banda and Julian Merriweather from the Twins for Thomas Harrington. It's not terrible. Twins get Walbert Urena for Trevor Larnach. Astros get Mavis Graves for Brian Abreu. So the Phillies trying to go for it, get a bullpen piece. That's not bad. Angels get Gavin Sheets for Sam Aldegari. White Sox get Trey Morgan and Braden Taylor from the Rays for Austin Hayes, Lamont Wade Jr. and Lucas Sims. That is a complete head scratcher. No reason for the Rays to trade those 2 guys away for that return. Terrible trade. I saw this one, couldn't believe it. Padres get Seth Hernandez for Ramon Laureano. Hernandez is he's Paul Skeens light. He's going to be up in the majors in a couple of years. This is a terrible trade for the Pirates. I don't know why they would go and make that move. That is more than a head scratcher. Rockies get Lazaro Montes from the Mariners for Michael Lorenzen, Willie Castro, and Jimmy Herget. While I could see why the Rockies want Montes and his power in that stadium, that is a bad return for that power bat in the minors. Another head scratcher. Braves get Dean Kramer, Taylor Ward, and Keegan Aiken for Sean Murphy, Didier Fuentes, and Cam Caminiti. We saw that. Not sure why they would make that deal. Twins get Jefferson Rojas, Cole Sams, and Liam Hendricks. So Cubs needed relievers, so they went and got 2 of them. Orioles trade Tyler O'Neill to the Mariners for Logan Evans. See, the Orioles selling, Mariners getting. Okay. Marlins get James Triantos, Moises Ballesteros, Javier Assad, and Pedro Ramirez for Braxton Garrett, Sandy Alcantara, Andrew Nardi, and Anthony Bender. This is a perfect example of a grossly wrong trade using 4 for 4. We wanted 4 for 1, 3 for 1, not 4 for 4. No team's going to trade 4 major league players for 4 guys that are in between major leagues and minor leagues like that. That is not how trades are made. San Diego Studios, you need to go back to the drawing board on the trading system because it's gross. It's terrible. It is not right. You're ruining this game. There's another head scratcher. Guardians get Ethan Salas for Austin Hedges and Rhys Hoskins. Now, why would the Padres trade away their number 1 catching prospect for 2 aging veterans? That's not even going to help them. And the Rockies get Edgar Caro for Kyle Freeland. Why would the White Sox make that trade? I know they have Kyle Teal. I know they got a glut. They can move Teal to first base. Makes 0 sense for the White Sox to make that trade. So, all in all, it is a terrible brand new trade system in this game, and not having that trade meter really makes it more difficult than it needs to be. San Diego, I'm going to beg you, please go back to the drawing board, throw this away, give us our old system back, or at least give us a way to toggle this new one off, just like give us a way to toggle the analytics lineups on and off. Quit messing with my lineups. And I want to get another look at Eli Willits down in AA. This time I'm going to bat with him myself, see how that goes. And we're going to hop into this game right here and sim everything else except for his at-bats. And we have the Harrisonburg Senators taking on the Chesapeake Bay Sox. See, they're very close in their win-loss record. On the mound for the Bay Sox, Alex Pham. See his numbers on the season. And like I said, we're going to bat with Willits and not everybody else. I don't know why. Loma Vida, the catcher, is leading off. It's another one of those analytics lineups. So let's sim and get into Eli's first at-bat. He flies out, so let's hop in. Like I said, we're going to bat with him. I do have the blurred background on. I've played with it both ways. I don't mind having it on right now, like with this sunshine off the batter's eyes. We get a base hit to left field. Actually helpful in that mode when it's nighttime, though. I don't mind having it turned off as well. Willits is not a stolen base threat at 45, so we're not going to try and steal. So 1 on, 1 out. Morales reaches on an error. Staley pops out. McKenzie singles, bases loaded, 2 outs. Rogers walks. We get their first run of the game. Pichardo doubles. It's 4-0. There we go. Wallace grounds out. Go to the bottom half. Fly out. Hit by pitch. Single. Fly out. Single. It's 4-1. Pop out ends the inning. Top of the second. Peterson flies out. Loma Vida doubles. Willett's back up with man scoring position. All right, see if I can pull the ball this time. See, Willits is hitting .275 on the season. There we go. Want to get out in front of that one. All right, so man on second. 1 out. A 1 count. Pitch from Pham. Foul that off. A little tardy. Right again. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a high fly ball in the center field, not deep enough for him to move up. And that'll be the second out of the inning as the throw comes into third base. Back to quick manage. Morales flies out, go to the bottom half. Single, a double, it's 4-2. Single makes it first and third. Stolen base, strikeout, hop out, single, it's 4-3. Stolen base and a line out. Go to the top of the third. Ground out, fly out, a walk. Strikeout, bottom half, pop out, walk, single. Man, there are a lot of base runners in this game. Bases loaded, and Rebalta's already out of energy. Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention. And let's go to Schultz then. Not sure. They must have a relief pitcher in the rotation. Didn't take a look at that ahead of time, so we'll have to fix that after the game. Single, it's 5-4, double play. Go to the top of the fourth. Double, single, single. It's tied at 5. 2 men on, nobody out. Willett's up again. All right, see if we can drive a ball this time. Foul that off. Count even at 1. And for that inner half, outer half pitch. And there's a high fly ball in the shallow center field. And the runners are going to have to go back, and we fail to drive them in. Back to the sim. Morales strikes out. Staley flies out. Go to the bottom half. Ground out. Single. Double play. Top half. Double. Ground out. Error. Single. It's 6-5. Fielder's choice. Fly out. Bottom of the fifth. Single. Strikeout. Stolen base. Strikeout. Strikeout. Top of the sixth. Up 6-5. Willits leading off against Zach Fruit. Eli ahead in the count 1-0. Looking for a pitch to drive somewhere. And gets that into left center field, but left fielder's going to chase that down in the gap for the first out. Right, Morales pops out. Staley strikes out. Go to the bottom half. Walk, strikeout, pop out, strikeout to the top of the seventh. Walk, a single, bases loaded. Wallace, fielder's choice. Peterson strikes out. Loma Vida flies out. Go to the bottom of the seventh, and we're going to a new pitcher. Going to go to, guess, Sinclair. Pop out, single, fielder's choice. Strikeout to the top of the eighth. Willits leading off. Fruit still in the game. We are 1 for 3 on the day. And there's a line drive in the left field, and they'll have that. Hit the ball good all 3 times, all 4 times. Back to the sim. Morales walks. Staley double play. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Strikeout. Strikeout. Ground out to the 9th. Hans Kraus comes in. McKenzie grounds out. Rogers flies out. Pichardo flies out. Bottom half. Go to the pen. Montes de Orca, our closer, comes in. Strikeout, fly out, and a ground out, and we win. There we go. Senators, 6-5 win. Schultz with the win in relief. Pham takes the loss. Montes de Orca, 31st save as we take the first game of the series. Check the box score. Willits 1 for 5. Got the hit early. Couldn't do anything after that. Pounded out 11 hits, 4 walks, no home runs, a lot of doubles. And I need to check that pitching staff because I guess Rebalta was a reliever in the staff, and he got lit up. And yes, for whatever reason, the computer decided to put a relief pitcher in the rotation. So we'll flip him and Paxton Schultz. Put him back there, and then he'll be good to go. And we won't have a reliever starting games. And we have some players eligible for extensions. Go take a look at this. Jacob Young, 26 years old, wants a 5-year deal worth $12 million per. And he's got great defense, great speed, and I think he's a better hitter than what he's shown so far. So actually, really don't mind paying this. Worst case is we can trade him off later, but see if he'll take this. Yep, took that. CJ Abrams, he's arbitration eligible. He only wants 2 years at $8 million. We have Willits in the minors, and 2 years would buy us time for Willits to play in AAA next year. You might need 2 years at that level as well, or bounce between double and AAA next year, 1 more year. And that would buy us time to get Willits up so he could replace Abrams. We could always trade CJ in that second year of the deal. Don't mind paying this. It's got to be cheaper than arbitration. So let's see if he'll take this right now. Yep. Okay. So he's taken care of. And Luis Garcia, our second baseman, crushes righties. Doing pretty decent with 287 average. Can play second and first. May end up moving to first at some point. And he wants 2 years at 9.3. How about if we go 3 years? 9.5. See if he'll take that. Once more. Okay, well, let's go up to 9.7. He wants 10 mil. Just paid the center fielder. Let's try it one more time. All right, he took it. And the rest of these guys we're not going to mess with. So we just got Garcia, Abrams, and Young signed to extensions. And Abrams will keep him around for a year or two and see how Willits is doing. Deal with him later. Garcia, like to have that good contact, decent power bat in the lineup for a while. And Young, he just plays great defense out there, and his offense will improve. And like I said, we can always trade him if we need to. But yeah, get that taken care of. And our budget, we still have $43 million available, and we've only spent $91 million on everything. So we're in good shape. Williams, probably gonna just let him go as a free agent. That'll come off the books. Get those guys. Michaelis will go away. Gray, we may non-tender him. And yeah, nobody else is making any kind of money. Once James Wood comes up for an extension, we will sign him to a big fat contract. And since he just signed that nice new extension, 2-year deal, we're going to hop into this game, player lock on CJ Abrams, and get our first look with him at the plate. And I will be batting for him this time. And here we are at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. It's raining outside, so the roof is closed. You see we have 2 teams going in opposite directions. On the mound for Texas, Nathan Eovaldi. See his numbers on the season. And we'll quick manage and hop in and bat when Abrams is up. A ground out, strikeout, bottom half, single by Nimmo, steals second, fly out, ground out, fly out, go to the top of the second inning. Cruz flies out, Ruiz with a solo shot, 1-0 Nationals. Time to hop in and bat with Abrams. All right, first time getting to take hacks with CJ. Take that splitter for a strike. Wish it would just show me his season numbers instead of what the Rangers are doing. All right, down in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's a shot to center field, and that one's not coming back. Way out of here. 450 off the windows in center field. My goodness. 109 miles an hour, 450 feet. Absolute nuke. Jumped on that fastball right down the middle. See the replay. Dead middle, belt high, and he lost it off the glass panels there in center field. What a bomb. All right, Chaparro with nobody on and 1 out. He grounds out, Young grounds out. You go to the bottom of the second inning, ground out, fly out, back to the top of the third inning. Tania grounds out, Lyle grounds out. Wood with a solo shot. There we go. 3-0. Single by Garcia. Ground out. Go to the bottom half. Single. Hop out. Strike out. Fly out. Top of the fourth. Ruiz with a single. And it's Abrams' turn again. There, it was right there. See where the number 2 is. Throw that again. Ooh, got me with the splitter this time. Bottom dropped out. All right, CJ. Get another pitch to drive. Oh, man. He's going to do nothing but throw splitters. Veteran pitcher knows how to work this bat. If he throws that one more time. Here's a ground ball at third base. Second for one, relay to first, and there you go, 5-4-3 double play. I was trying to protect on the outside corner. Back to the quick manage. Chaparro grounds out. Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Hellman grounds out. Berger reaches on an error. Single by Haggerty. Single by Young. It's now 3-1. Double makes it 3-3. We just fall apart. Single makes it 4-3. Four straight hits, 4 straight runs. A walk. Come on, DJ. A single, you're out of here. And we'll go to Poulin. Stolen base, sac fly, error, single. What is going on? Ground out. We finally get out of the inning, giving up 7 runs. We're up 3-0, and now we're down 7-3. But you got to fix the pitching on this team. Young flies out. Tania grounds out. Lyle doubles. Woods singles. Men in the corners for Garcia. Flies out to end the inning. Go back to the bullpen. We'll bring in McGarry. Pitch long relief here. Single, a walk. Unbelievable. Ground out, scores a run. Another single, it's 10-3. Stolen base, strikeout. Go to the 6th. Cruz singles. Ruiz flies out. Let's bat with CJ. All right, we're going to send Cruz now manually. We can get this stolen base this way. There he goes. Pitch down, throw down, and he's safe. There we go. Get man in scoring position. All right, man on second, 1 out, 1-0 count. Down 10-3 now. He's going to hit a high fly ball into center field. Right center field. We're going to tag and go. Here's the tag. Here's the throw. And he's in safe. All right. Can Chaparro get a 2-out hit? No, it ends the inning. So the bottom half. Ground out. Walk. A single. Strikeout. Strikeout to the 7th. Single by Young. Single by Tania. New pitcher. Single by Lyle. There we go. And he's out. So he was out at the plate. Wonderful. Wood, 3-run shot, his second home run of the day. Still down 4 runs. Garcia walks. Line out. New pitcher. Ground out. Ends the inning. To the bottom of the inning, we're going to go to Henry. Strikeout. Single. Stolen base. Single. It's 11-6. Fielder's choice and a strikeout to the top of the 8th. CJ leading things off again. All right, see what he can do against the lefty this time. I like to sit right here, up and in against lefties. Drop the bat head, stay away from the outside pitches. Then when he throws me a inside fastball, we can turn on it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And circle change, got me way out in front. Try this one more time, see if I can be a little more patient. Wait for the pitch to get to me. Here it comes. Outside. All right, work the count to 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. It's a high fly ball in the right center field. And center fielder to drift over, and he's going to have it on the run, shy of the track. First out of the inning. All right, Chaparro pops out. Young grounds out. Go to the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher. Going to go with Beater. And get that ERA down. A walk. Stolen base. Ground out. Single. It's 12-6. Caught stealing. A double. A single. Beater sucks. Walk. We're just going to leave him in. You're going to earn this loss or this crap inning. Go to the 9th inning. Tania. Strikeout. Ground out. Double by Wood. Man, he's got 3 extra base hits today. Garcia with a double. 13-7. A flyout ends this ugly game. Check the box score. Look at that. We had 14 hits and we lost by 6 runs. 2 hits for Lyle, 4 hits for Wood, 3 runs scored, 4 RBI, 2 hits for Garcia, 1 for Cruz, 2 for Ruiz, 1 for Abrams, a solo shot. Chaparro's the only one without a hit in the inning. We only struck out twice. We only walked once. Hit 3 doubles, 4 home runs, stole a base. Hers was terrible. Poulin didn't pitch bad. He's the only one that didn't give up a run. The rest of the staff in this game was phenomenally bad. And we made it to September 1st. Our September call-ups were starting pitcher Cade Cavalli. We're going to pop him into the rotation and let him go for the month of September, see how he does. And what I want to show in this game is we called up Harry Ford. He's going to be our starting catcher for the last month of the season, and we're going to hop in and just watch him bat in this game against Grant Holmes and the Atlanta Braves. In a cloudy, overcast day here in Washington, D.C., we have 44 wins and 96 losses. Harry Ford making his Washington Nationals debut right now. All right, again, quick manage, and we'll watch Ford bat probably at least 3 times, hopefully more. Matt Olson leading off. Please tell me these lineups get changed at some point. This is absolutely atrocious. Strikeout. Double by Acuna. Strikeout. Fly out. Go to the bottom half. Lyle with a solo shot. We're up 1-0. Wood with a single. Garcia double play. Cruz with a solo homer. It's 2-0. Abrams pops out. Go to the second. Baldwin grounds out. Yastrzemski singles. Albies grounds out. Kim singles. Harris flies out. Go to the bottom half. Young strikes out. Chaparro grounds out. Tania grounds out to the third. Strikeout. Ground out. Error. Ground out. Go to the bottom of the third. Harry Ford making his Nationals debut at home. Here we go. And we're going to give him a long audition the entire month of September. First pitch swing and a little pop fly down the right field line. Foul territory. That's going to be caught for the first out. Said we're going to give him a look the entire month and see how he does at this level. All right, back to quick manage. Lyle lines out. Wood grounds out to the fourth. Ground out. Single. Strikeout. Bottom half. Garcia walks. Fly out by Cruz. Abrams, fielder's choice. Let's try and steal. There we go. Man on second. Young singles. It's 3-1. Chaparro grounds out. Go to the fifth. Ground out. Strikeout. Solo shot by Acuna. Strikeout. Bottom half. Tania walks. Harry Ford time. All right, Harry. Take some pitches. Don't swing at the first pitch every single time. And does on a slow breaking ball way out in front. Ford works the count even at 1. Here's the pitch. And swings at a pitch down around his ankles. Down to count 1-2 now. 1 on, nobody out here in the fifth. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 3 at the knees. Not a good at-bat there by Harry. Back to the sim. Lyle strikes out. Wood, fielder's choice. Go to the sixth. Single. Fly out. Single. Time for a new pitcher. And we will go with Lucchese. Single by Albies. It's 3-2. Guess he was thrown out. Ground out ends the inning. Yep. So we go to the bottom half. Garcia facing Danny Young. Strikes out. Remember Danny from my Angels franchise. Fly out. Abrams walks. Stolen base. Pop up. Go to the seventh. And we'll leave him in for the first 2 batters. A walk. Strikeout. Back to the pen. And we will go with Kopech, I guess. Walk. Ground out. Strikeout. Bottom half. Chaparro flies out. Tania pops out. Harry Ford time again. And they're going to get a new pitcher first. And it's going to be a lefty. Dylan Lee. See his numbers on the season. Not bad. All right. See if Ford can have a better at-bat. First pitch swinging the first time. Strikes out looking the second time. And he hits a high fly ball down the left field line. And that one is out of here. There we go. Harry Ford. First hit as a National. His first Major League home run. And you guys saw it on camera. Let's go. That was a towering fly ball. Okay. We have a catcher for the future. We just got to find some other position players. Got to figure out first and third, but hardest position, catcher and shortstop are taken care of, and he cranked on that one. All right, back to the sim. 4-2 lead. Darylyn Lyle flies out. Go to the top of the 8th inning, going back to the bullpen, and we're going to go to Beeks this time. Ground out, strikeouts. Bottom of the 8th. Wood strikes out. Garcia grounds out. Cruz with a solo shot. It's 5-2. New pitcher Spencer Strider pitching in relief. Really? Pops out. And we go to the 9th. 3-run lead. Going to the pen. Going to bring in Granillo. He walks Kim. Single by Harris. A walk to Olson. Come on. Acuna sack fly. We get 1 out. Riley flies out. 2 outs. Ward flies out. And we dodge a bullet in the 9th. And there we go. Our first win on camera, I believe. Lord with the win. 4-15. Holmes with loss. Granillo is 5th save as we win the first game of the series. And we see Harry Ford with his first big league home run. Check the box score. Gave up 9 hits, 4 walks. Struck out 9 guys. Matt Olson 0 for 4, 4 Ks and a walk in the leadoff spot. Doesn't belong there. Acuna had a good game. Holmes, 3 runs over 5 innings. Lee gives up 2 runs in his 1 inning. Our side, Lyle with a hit, Wood with a hit, Cruz with 2, Young with 1, Ford with a solo shot, only struck out 5 times, walked 3 times. He hit 4 home runs, Cruz with 2, Lyle with 1, Ford with 1, Abrams 2 steals. Good start there by Lord. Bullpen, not bad. Granillo tried to blow it, but he hung on and got the save. Let's go back to last week. We actually won 3 in a row against Colorado, won 4 out of 5 in this stretch right here. And we lost 4 in a row, so we just can't do anything on a consistent basis. And we are 45-96, and we are, what is that? We're even, so it's 2 games, so 1 game difference. That's, yeah, the Rockies are in worse shape than us with the 2 games at hand. Both have 96 losses. Over on the American League side, White Sox have 91. Nobody else has 80. So 3 teams with 90 losses. So we're going to be at the top of the lottery rankings again. I'm going to quickly sim through the rest of this month. I want to get some action with some other players besides James Wood and get through this season, wrap it up, and get on to the offseason and try and build this team up and make them a little bit more competitive next year. And we wrap up our first season with the Nationals. They went 55-107, which puts them, looks like second. Rockies lost 110 games, and I know in the American League they didn't have that many. And it was 106 for the White Sox. So we have the second best odds for the draft lottery. So that's good. Get something positive out of this season. Player stat-wise, James Wood led the team, 183 hits, also had 84 runs scored, 34 home runs, 91 ribs. C.J. Abrams led with 25 steals. Wood also hit 307 with a 390 on base and a 549 slug for a 939 OPS, our only player that had OPS over 800. And he really dropped his walks. If you go down here and look what he did last year, he had 221 strikeouts in real life. We dropped that to 151. Career high in steals, career high in home runs, hits and runs scored, average on base, slugging, OPS, everything. And I like to look at this right here. Runs created 127. That is a really good statistic to find out what they did just as a baseline overall, being the at bat, being an offensive force. Other home runs, C.J. Abrams finished with 18, Lyle 18, Cruz 18, Chaparro 18. That's what we were hoping for. 224 average is not great. He's a placeholder at the moment. Ruiz had 14, mostly because we benched him in September for Harry Ford. Garcia had 13. Young, kind of disappointing season, 9 home runs, 9 steals, 227. He has much better ratings than all of that. The power I'm not too worried about, but should have hit for a better average and probably stole more bases than that. Brady House didn't do anything special. Joey Weimer is going to get replaced. Nunez was okay. Harry Ford came up, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, only hit 209. Got to see his first major league home run, but yeah, that's something we can grow with there. Pitching side, Mitchell Parker led the team in innings pitched. He also led in wins. He was 8-16. Lord was 6-16. And looks like they took Michaelis off. I don't know why. To look at him. Here, let's do it this way. All right, Lord, 6-16, 5.23 ERA. I don't know why they called him up. We're not going to the postseason, so why is the computer changing my lineup? I don't understand. DJ Hers had a bad season. Cade Cavalli came up and pitched absolutely great for us. Mitchell Parker, again, 8-16. Griff McGarry, that was all in long relief as a Rule 5 player. And let's go down. Where did he go? Trevor Williams, not bad year out of him. Gray was horrible. And Miles Michaelis, why is he down? Here we go. 8-16. Less hits than innings pitched. 4.9 ERA. Gave up 35 home runs. So he will be leaving the team as a free agent. I don't understand why it sends guys up and down. We're not going to the postseason. There's no reason to mess with the roster right now. Bullpen side, Beeks, 2.24 ERA, Kopech, 3.98, Lucchesi, 3.23. Granillo had him as the closer down the stretch. Second half of the season, ended up with 11 saves, 4.21. He actually really improved his season. If we go here, he gave up more hits than innings pitched. You see that. Gave up 10 home runs. If you go in his last 10 games, he had 1 loss, 8 saves, only 1 blown save, 10 innings, 9 hits, 8 strikeouts, 171 ERA, and a 116 whip. So he did the job as the closer down the stretch. He'll start the season with that. He has one of the highest clutch ratings in our bullpen as well. Just got to worry about him giving up hits to lefties. TJ Poulin, 3.24 ERA. And Clayton Beeter was nothing great, 6.13 ERA. And if you look at his ratings, he actually has pretty good ratings except for control and clutch. So he cannot be pitching at the back end of the bullpen. He's got to be pitching in middle and long relief. And I want to show you something. I was looking at this earlier. If you just click right R1 one time, you see CJ Abrams drops to a 78. Eli Willits goes to a 75. If you go 2 years after Abrams' contract that we gave him is up, Willits will be the same overall as Abrams. So we're going to give Eli Willits 2 more years in the minors to get him up to where he needs to be, and he'll be an everyday player at that point. And I created a save file before we advanced the last day of the season so I could go into training and look at their improvements. Look at this. James Wood went up 11 points in his contact against righties, 6 points against lefties. And we had him training on defense, so we got that up 5 on fielding and up 4 on reaction. Great season across the board. Let's go this way. Scroll through each guy. See, most everybody is going up. Sikora went up across the board. That's good. Michaelis regressing. That's just because of his age. Josiah Gray was horrible. Anybody else? Where is Susanna? There he is. So yeah, he went up across the board. That's good. Got to get that control up though. Bullpen side, most everybody really improved. Peter didn't. Catching, Ruiz goes up. Harry Ford goes up. That's good. First base, Chaparro went up 13 on his power against lefties. Dropped 3 contact. As I said, he's a placeholder right now. Second base, Garcia went up everything but speed. Third base, House went up across the board, just didn't play well. Tanya went up. And Gavin Fiend we had down in A-ball. Didn't generate any stats, but he's making progress across the board. Shortstop, Abrams goes up, drops in speed. Eli Willits went up 6 in his power against lefties and righties. We had that as a training emphasis, so we're trying to get him more balanced out. Seaver King went up even though he was injured. Again, James Wood just going up across the board. Dalen Lyle just dropped a little bit on his power against lefties, but he improved his contact. We got him working on his fielding as well. Jacob Young, mostly his speed stats go down, everything else goes up, including his power, because we had an emphasis on that. So it seems that the training is working. It's something that's going to take the entire season to show mass improvement, though. In right field, Dylan Cruz goes down in all of his base running abilities over there, but he goes up across the board, and we tried to help him with power. And maybe next year we put that all into contact to get him for a better average overall. But you can see this is the page you have to go to see the old school improvements up and down in the ratings. And you can see Yankees and Angels in the playoffs. In the wild card round, Kansas City against Baltimore, Seattle and Boston, the top 2 seeds in the American League. National League, Mets play the Braves, Cubs play the Pirates, Dodgers and Phillies were the 1-2 seeds. So let's go ahead. We'll just sim the offseason and see who wins the World Series. And the Dodgers beat the Orioles in the World Series. So the Yankees knocked out LA. Baltimore knocked off Kansas City. Seattle beat the Yankees. Boston got swept by Baltimore. And Baltimore wins against Seattle in 7 games. National League side, Braves sweep the Mets. Dodgers sweep them. Pirates sweep the Cubs. Phillies beat them 3-1. Dodgers win 4-2. And then the Dodgers sweep Baltimore in the World Series. Teoscar Hernandez wins World Series MVP, hitting .600 with no home runs and 2 RBI. NLCS MVP Kyle Tucker, 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. American League Gunnar Henderson, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. MVP National League Ronald Acuna, .335 with 48 and 130. American League Pete Alonso with 58 home runs and 152 RBI. Okay. Cy Young goes to Christopher Sanchez and Brian Wu. Batting title, Acuna and Kwan. Reliever goes to Edwin Diaz and Cade Smith. Rookie of the Year, Connor Griffin and Parker Messick. What a year for Messick, 17 wins. Hank Aaron, Acuna, and Trout. Okay. We get any Gold Gloves? Hey, Jacob Young gets a Gold Glove in center field. There we go. Silver Slugger. Nope. So, all right. We get one award, and that's the Gold Glove for Young. So, that's going to wrap up our first year with the Washington Nationals. We will get into the offseason. I will look at some trades. I will look at guys that we want to just let go, try and replace them in free agency, and go there. That'll be the next episode. We will spend one whole in the episode with the offseason, maybe some spring training, get some more look at Harry Ford, but that'll be its own episode before we get into opening day 2027. So hope you guys are enjoying the process so far, kind of speeding through these early years while we're not so good, and focusing on our best young players and the draft. We will probably do the exact same thing for season 2. Once we get some better young talent on the team, we'll slow things down and then enjoy the process as we play better on the major league side. So if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. I will see you soon with the off season between year 1 and 2 with the Nationals. You guys take care. Bye-bye.